Me and my partners will be talking about the importance of reflexes and relevance to infants. Reflexes are essential for the survival of an infant and their ability to adapt and interact with a new environment. Reflexes are stimulated by an outside stimuli. When babies are born, the reflexes are checked prior to departure from the hospital and should continually be monitored throughout the early months of life. If an infant does not display correct reflexive actions or movements, this may indicate serious mental or physical problems. This video is intended for mothers with newborn infants and daycare staff in order to inform them of the proper reflexes that they will be displayed in a healthy infant.
What we'll be going over is the parachute reflex. This reflex occurs in slightly older infants before the onset of walking and is initiated when the baby is subject to a forward falling motion. According to Miholijic, their response should be to put their hands out and prevent trauma to the face and head. This reflex is very important as the baby develops throughout their life and can still be seen in adulthood. For example, when you trip over your own 2 feet and your hands fly out in front of you to protect yourself. We will now demonstrate what the parachuting reflex should look like. We place the baby on our hand like this and initiate the forward falling motion. They should put out their hands and prevent themselves from hitting the floor face down. If your baby does not put their hands out, this may signal abnormal problems with their central nervous system and requires immediate medical attention. It can also indicate postural and motor developmental problems.
The second reflex we will be demonstrating is the plantar flexion reflex. The plantar reflex is a nonsusceptive segmental spinal reflex that's purpose is to protect the sole of the foot. To initiate this reflex, the lateral border of the sole of the foot must be stroked with a blunt-like point of the reflex hammer or the thumbnail. According to Walker, the correct and expected response would be a downward contraction of the toes, which is termed as a flexor plantar reflex. Here's a demonstration of the reflex. I stroke the bottom sole of the foot of the baby, and I would expect the foot and toes to plantar flex downward. If your baby does not show this reflex, it indicates a metabolic or structural abnormality in the corticospinal system, upstream from the segmental reflex. People who have had problems with this reflex have shown problems such as hemorrhage, brain and spinal cord tumors, and multiple sclerosis, which all need immediate medical attention.
What we'll be going over is called the Babkin reflex. This reflex is normally elicited from the time of birth, becoming gradually suppressed with age and disappearing by the end of the 5th month of age. The Babkin reflex consists of head flexion and rotation with opening of the mouth and closing of the eyes in response to pressure on the palms of both hands. We're going to do a demonstration now to show you how this works. For the Babkin reflex, again, you slightly put pressure on both of the palms, and there will be flexion of the head as the eyes close and the mouth opens. According to Fatagi, if the reflex persists after the 5th month, it is generally regarded as abnormal and should be consulted with a physician. If infants do not express this reflex, it may indicate cerebral palsy or mental retardation.
We discussed 3 reflexes: the parachute reflex, the plantar reflex, and the Babkin reflex, each having its own significant role in motor development. After watching this video, we hope that all mothers and those who engage in daily activity with newborns are able to better understand the importance of reflexes in infants, how to perform a few critical reflexes, and the clinical problems that may be present in these reflexes and not functioning properly. Be sure to contact your family physician or medical personnel if you notice any problems.